Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and call the regular DeKalb City Council meeting of August 25th, 2025 to order. Roll call, please.
Zazada.
Here.
Larson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Carlson.
Here.
Powell.
Here.
Verbic.
Here.
Walker.
Here.
Mayor Barnes.
Here.
8 present.
All right, then if Captain Hy-Vee would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we'd appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Gentry. All right, moving on to agenda item C, approval of the agenda. I would take a motion to approve the agenda as is.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Larson. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Larson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Powell.
Yes.
Verbic.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Zazada.
Yes.
Mayor Barnes.
Yes.
8
Agenda has been approved. Moving on to agenda item D, number 1. For presentations, I have a proclamation. So this proclamation is honoring Dr. Leroy Mitchell. I know many council members were at the opening of Mitchell Elementary School. It was a great occasion, huge turnout. The attendance was great, but the staff, it was just absolutely electrifying how excited they were to open for the first day. And Dr. Mitchell, this school was actually named after. So it was great to go to the big kickoff. Dr. Mitchell was there with his entire family. And when we were there, I read a proclamation. I'm going to reread it again right now just to be able to enter it into the public record. So this is, whereas Dr. Leroy A. Mitchell has demonstrated exceptional dedication and service to the community of DeKalb, Illinois for more than 40 years through his tireless efforts in advancing educational opportunities, supporting at-risk youth, and serving his community as a devoted servant and leader. Dr. Leroy Mitchell embodies the spirit of civic engagement and has significantly enriched the lives of countless individuals through his 28 years in service as the director of Northern Illinois University's Chance program, helped shepherd more than 12,000 students successfully through college, and along with his wife, Beatrice, have opened their home and their hearts to more than 50 foster children, which is incredible, 50 foster children during their time of need. And his unwavering commitment to education is recognized with the naming of an elementary school in his honor, and his call to ministry as the founding pastor and pastor emeritus of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church serves as an inspiration to us all. And it is fitting and proper to recognize individuals who make such profound contributions to the well-being and betterment of our city. Now therefore, I, Cohen Barnes, Mayor of the City of DeKalb, Illinois, by the authority vested in the office, proclaim August 8, 2025 as Dr. Leroy A. Mitchell Day in the city of DeKalb. Let's give a round of applause for this man. All right. We were going to read another proclamation, but we're actually pushing it to next meeting. So someone who would really love to attend will be able to be there to receive the proclamation. That puts us on to agenda item 3, presentation, recognition of Fair Graham, Elliott Wood, and Curran Contracting for their leadership and expertise in critical 2026 street improvements.
25.
City manager.
I should say,
What was it?
that should say 25.
Oh, 2025. Nice catch.
Yeah.
I didn't even read.
I was
read it
doing
and I
this
didn't
when I was
realize.
putting the budget together for next year, so. Yeah, as the mayor just read from the proclamation, just stated earlier, it is important that we honor those who make a profound contribution to the city of DeKalb in the many ways that can happen. And in substance, we've been able to see a lot of improvements that have gone into street infrastructure in the last year. And the two that are my focus tonight are the roundabout, we've been calling it the Lucinda roundabout. It's where Lucinda and Normal meet, and it used to be a 4-way signalized intersection. Now there's a roundabout there. And then also the largest ever annual street maintenance program, $4.5 million. I don't have to tell the council, but for people looking in tonight, that would be roughly comparable to more than twice what was the average just 5 years ago. So I've asked some of our friends and key leaders in this process to come here tonight. I'm going to start with the general contractor who pulled it all together for us at the Lucinda roundabout. Elliott & Wood Incorporated, a long-time company in our community, fourth generation, Chris? Fourth generation. First, I want to ask Chris Wood to stand up and take a bow. He had a 20-minute speech, but I prevailed upon him to start. And Jeremy Hicks, who was very much involved in this as well. Their quality is well known. The pace was great. We got done ahead of time, which was be done. Actually, the contract said by the first day of class, which would have been today, but we got done the night before move-in day, which was very critical to parents and kids moving in and to our colleagues at NIU. So thank you very much, gentlemen. So a big part of our work at that intersection and all around the town with our street maintenance program is the asphalt resurfacing that was done. And the company that got the bid a while ago was Current Contracting. We're honored tonight to have Vice President Mike Leopardo here. Would you stand up, Mike? Current, as you know, has done a lot of work for the city of DeKalb. We're very proud, and as you know, in the spring we had some competitive bids, and we chose Current on the basis of their quality and what they could have demonstrated again and again and again as an ability to get things done on time and on budget. And we're very grateful to Mike and everybody within his organization. Thank you, Mike. And there's one person, I was going to say character, who's here tonight. Royce, would you please stand up? Royce Monk works for Fairgram. And Fairgram collaborated with HLR, Hampton Lanzini Renwick, on the design for the roundabout and was very, very integral to helping with the project management there. Also with all of our street maintenance, because Fairgram had that contract. And they also had a few others. And Royce was literally running from one end of town to the other all summer long, really from May until through today. Royce has some qualities that you can list that you want to see in a project manager, but you don't often get all of them together. And it's all there in one person. He has the knowledge, first of all, of the work that's being done. He has a way to work with the people who are doing the physical work, the companies that I've just talked about tonight, and others, and people and bureaucrats like me and so forth. And he's also got a very good rapport with people who live in properties, houses, businesses that are adjacent and may from time to time suffer some inconvenience. Royce was going to be here with a couple other family members, but there was a tragedy that occurred while he was away last week. He and some buddies were in a pickup truck back in Louisiana where he grew up, and they were driving, and a couple guys jumped in the back of the pickup truck, and he went, this is very important that I tell this. They ended up going into a lake, and fortunately Royce got out, and so did the buddy in the front seat, but the two people in the back didn't. So you ask, what happened? And the answer is they didn't know how to lower the tailgate. The only reason I tell you that is because Royce will not have time tonight, but he is going to, if you have a few minutes with him, he will regale you with stories and keeps the construction season and the construction job light. So we're very grateful to him. He's a remarkable man, and thank you for helping us.
Thanks. If you gentlemen wouldn't mind, it'd be great if you come up to the front. Council, I know we'd be honored if we could just get a quick photo with all of you. That'd be fantastic if you don't mind. Yes, every time you're around Royce, it's a joke after joke after joke.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
All right, you guys don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting. It's not, go and leave, you're busy now, go forward and do it.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, appreciate you. All right, moving on to agenda item E, public participation. I have Nicole Malik. And Nicole, we have to limit you to 3 minutes. Yeah, exactly. There's a timer that you can see as a reference point if you need it. You bet.
I'm back at the board. As you all know, I was here in June talking about Rockies and the illegal sales of tobacco products to underage children. One was mine. School has started, and the school district that I'm in, which is Indian Creek, has already found 5 vapes, 3 of which were sold by Rockies to underage students. Now, I understand you just passed to where you're going to increase the fines to cashiers and to the store owner. Those fines are still very minimal, especially to a store owner that is continuously selling to underage children. On top of the fact that he stood at this podium and said his location doesn't sell to underage kids. I pulled the police reports, and that statement was a lie to all of you, completely. The mother came into the police department and had a credit card sale from her underage daughter at Rockies and the vape that she turned over. On top of, I was just over by Rockies, and I really want to know why the THC sign is still up in the window and the ketamine sign is still up, bright as all could be, lit up. Why hasn't been anybody paying attention to this? And now you guys gave them a second location? So now we can affect more children. When is this going to stop? When is this board going to say enough is enough? Because all he's doing is sending his money back to his country and endangering our students and our children and our family members. He doesn't care. When is enough enough? When someone's family member, child, ends up in the hospital and can't breathe? Then what are we going to do? How are we going to hold him liable for the sale of underage? That's what I want to know. How is this board going to hold these locations liable? And I'm sorry, but $1,000 is not enough at all. $5,000 for the first offense, which he's already had on multiple occasions. 1 being my children. 3 being the students of Indian Creek that just bought from that location. So when is enough? When is this board going to say enough? And not only back the residents, but also back the police department and allowing them to offer stricter fines and put that money back in to doing underage sales and underage buys. Give them more money than what they're getting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Chief, let's have a conversation tomorrow. All right, then moving on to Dan Kenny. And Dan, just a reminder, it's 3 minutes, sir.
I'm Dan Kenny. My address is 303 Birchwood Lane, DeKalb. Good evening, Mayor and City Council and City Manager. Thank you for the opportunity to share some information about housing insecurity in DeKalb County, and what is happening here in our city and county is also happening nationally and in our neighboring counties. I'd like to begin with a statistic that was part of the DeKalb County Sheriff's annual report, but did not make it into the local newspaper. According to the DeKalb County Sheriff's annual report, there were 261 eviction orders in 2024, with an average of 282 per year over the past 3 years. The sheriff's report also stated that there were 33 property sales annually due to foreclosure. I also recently learned that the city of DeKalb sends out on an average of about 120 water shutoff notices each month. While most of them are resolved with payment plans, about 20 households lose water service each month, at least temporarily. Housing costs are also a challenge. The National Low-Income Housing Coalition ranks DeKalb County as the 4th most expensive rental market in Illinois. On average, to afford a modest 2-bedroom apartment here, a worker would need to earn $26.69 an hour. The mean renter wage is only $13.22 per hour, making it necessary to work 2 full-time jobs to afford rent. Meanwhile, 39% of DeKalb County households are renters. Next, let's look at a measurement provided by United Way called the ALICE framework. ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. It refers to households that earn above the federal poverty level but still cannot afford basic expenses in their community. United Way's ALICE report helps us see who in our county is struggling to make ends meet even while working. In Illinois, in 2023, 12% of the households were living in poverty, but an additional 25% fell into the ALICE category. In DeKalb County, there are 40% of our households that fall below the ALICE level. That is 4 in 10 households in our community. All of these numbers show that housing insecurity is not an abstract issue. It affects hundreds of our households across our community, people who are working, raising families, and contributing every day. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Dan. All right, moving on to agenda item F, appointments, we have none. Then agenda item G, consent agenda, number 1, accounts payable and payroll through August 26, 2025, in the amount of $3,377,803.95. And number 2, Freedom of Information Act FOIA report, July 2025. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as is?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Verbeek, seconded by Alderman Carlson. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Smith,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Verbic,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Zasada,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Mayor Barnes.
Yes.
8 yea.
All right, the consent agenda has been approved. Moving on to agenda item H, public hearings, we have none. So that brings us to I, considerations. Number 1, consideration of a revenue sharing agreement with Town Place Suites and Fairfield Inn. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. As I say in my background report, it's been about a year, almost exactly a year, that the council had approved the final development plan for the Town Place Suites and Fairfield Inn Hotel that's slated for construction on Peace Road. It's about a 2.5 acre site. It's a Marriott branded hotel. It will contain about 120 rooms, roughly equally split between standard stay and extended stay. And in the past year, the developer, Mr. Patel, has worked with architects, engineers to create the site and building plans, which are required for local permitting. Site plan has been permitted, and there is a ribbon cutting, I think, tomorrow morning. Creation of the final building and site plans has enabled Mr. Patel and his team to invite contractor bids for the project, and in recent weeks, Mr. Patel has shared some information from that process and has approached Mayor and I and other officials to see if there might be some financial incentive that might be available to bridge a funding gap. And the gap is owing to conditions we face now, which we're probably not, which we know were not existing a year and certainly not 2 years ago. And so that has led to a rise in a variety of materials and also in labor costs. So Mr. Patel did inquire about various incentive options. He's aware of the state-level enterprise zone benefits, which help with the forgiveness, basically, of the sales tax on materials that would go into the motel construction. But the local property tax abatement, property tax we're talking about, does not apply. It applies only to industrial properties. For commercial projects, beyond what I've just mentioned, the only thing that the council's ventured into in the past has been a sales tax rebate. And most recently, the most significant one would have been the Manning project, which was done in 2019. That was for the 1% sales tax. In this case, the particular tax of interest is the hotel motel tax, and as you're well aware, it's a part of our general fund revenue. It's a 7.5% tax on the rent that's charged by the hotel owner for the privilege of renting a hotel or motel room in our community. Mr. Patel has considered the possibility and proposed to us the possibility of maybe some use tax sharing. That would be a use tax, the hotel motel tax. And what's before you tonight, in page 3 of your background, and it's also been discussed elsewhere, is a 10-year term for an abatement not to exceed $2 million over that period of time. The first year would be 90%. So it would be front-loaded in terms of the benefit, 90%, then 80% in the second year, 70%. In the third year, 60% in the fourth year, and then 50% from the 5th through the 10th years. If things go swimmingly well and the $2 million is reached in the 8th year, then the agreement expires. This is before you as a consideration tonight for discussion. If the council so directs, I will bring back an ordinance at the next regular meeting.
Council, questions, comments? Yes, Alderwoman Larson.
When I was reviewing this, I was thinking it's a very generous deal, suggestion, whatever, by the city. But then I have to remember that, Mr. Patel, this is your 3rd time that you've chosen DeKalb to invest in our city. And so, yeah, this is not your first party. You continue to support us. And so I'm okay with this. I would support this because I do know that there are some events that we're not even in the running for because we don't have enough hotel rooms. Even if you count Elgin and Rochelle, we don't have enough. So to have more hotel rooms available and the quality that you're putting up, I think it would be a great benefit to DeKalb. The only question I have, and this might be more to city manager, will the taxes be paid and then we'll reimburse? Because isn't there something, I'm going to reach out to Brad, that some of the intricate mathematical equations at how money comes to the county for visitation or visitors bureau and conventions, I don't want to take away the whole, even more from the state. So it's almost like he has to pay and then we reimburse it back.
It's a simple system for us. That's
Okay.
maybe different. I don't know how the Visitors Bureau gets their reimbursement, but for us, what's in the document before you tonight, the proposed agreement, just says that once we've received the payments, then within 60 days, we give them whatever the appropriate revenue sharing is.
Okay, I think that will work, because the state looks at the overall buckets and all that stuff. So yeah, we want to make sure that we show as much as coming in that we can. So that would be perfect.
For you all that don't know, Alderwoman Larson serves as, I'll say, council or the mayor's representative, because I have a seat on the board of the DeKalb County Convention and Visitors Bureau, so I think this is near and dear to your heart on this. And not only do we miss out on events, but we have multiple events that every hotel room's taken. And people are going to Sycamore, they're going to, you said, Rochelle or Batavia or Geneva. This is a great opportunity to expand the amount of rooms that we have to be able to, one, keep those people here locally, which definitely would attract more people here, while generating some hotel motel tax revenue. But then let's also not forget about the property tax revenue of this project, which will be great for the school district and as well will help us out with the police and fire pension crisis, and just the other taxing bodies in general. So all around, this is a win-win, because we will still make more money on hotel motel tax than what we have right now by being able to meet the demand that is actually out there, which is really cool. And a Marriott brand's that's a prominent brand out there.
Yeah. And you figure the restaurants and the gas stations
Yep.
and the grocery stores and all the different things that might benefit by having more people here and stay in DeKalb, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Alderman Verbeek.
And yes, Mr. Patel, your properties have been outstanding neighbors in Ward 6 for many years now, and, certainly appreciate all of your hard work. This incentive is very reasonable on $23 million if you look at other hotel incentive projects in Illinois, so I'm very supportive of this.
Excellent. Others? Alderwoman Zada.
Yeah, I agree. I'll echo the other alderman's statements. Just, it's a net gain for us, and we appreciate your investment.
Any others? So I'm hearing a lot of heads nodding, hearing and I guess seeing, yes. So yeah, City Manager, if you want to go back, draw us up an ordinance. We'll get that approved for you, Mr. Patel, and absolutely, we can't thank you enough for your continued investment. And I think you'll find, as you have found, we'll be a great partner during this process for you. So thanks again for your investment. And how about a round for this man investing in us? All right, with that, we can move on to Agenda Item J, resolutions, we have none. Agenda Item K, ordinances, second reading, we have none. Agenda Item L, ordinances, first reading, we have none. Agenda Item M, reports and communications for council. Alderman Verbeek, you want to kick us off?
No report.
Alderman Carlson.
Well, I was going to say it while Curran and they were all here. I drove the roundabout a few days ago, and I survived. And all jokes aside, the thing is great. You have abundance amount of signs. It looks great. It drives great. I think it's a welcome addition to our community. I really do. I don't see why all the negativity. The other was Corn Fest. I was down there. I thought it was a huge success. I had a great time. Saturday was crazy for me. And the last part is that Saturday was crazy because I was at a funeral and a visitation, and I went to the Moose afterwards to remember a great, great man. And 3 years ago, this council voted for a proclamation for Maury and Joan Drury, 70 years of marriage. And I was there. And the mayor was there and gave a speech, and Maury cried. And he was so proud of that. And Maury passed.
Moment. Yeah.
Pardon? It was a great moment.
Yeah.
And Maury passed away a week ago. And he was a good friend of mine. A lot of conversations with him. I've known him my whole life. If you don't know, he's the parent of KJ's, Kim and Jim Drury, KJ's Tavern. Great family, just a great family man. He moved here in 1948 into DeKalb. Been a fourth warder, I think, for 70 years. Had the plumbing company called Drury Plumbing. I got to work with him, rod sewers with him in houses. All I can say is just one of DeKalb's best. I loved the man, and I wanted to say his name and remember him, and my condolences to his family.
Excellent. Alderwoman Larson.
Just a couple things that have already been touched on is the open house at Leroy Mitchell School was fabulous. And for everybody, especially from the city, making Corn Fest safe, fun, and as always, the street department setup and cleanup. It's like they're magicians overnight. It just happens, and you come down, it's like there's really thousands of people down here. I mean, unbelievable, the cleanup. On a personal level, for anybody, especially on the north side yet, those storms that hit a week and a half ago or whatever, go out, and if you have a gutter drain in your street, please check it. I literally walked around my neighborhood and I got 25-gallon pails of garbage. I mean, tree limbs, leaves, it's just a mess. And of course, I could see where it backed up on the parkway. So it will end up in your house if we don't get those cleaned up. And back to the streets, on top of all this stuff for Cornfest, all the trees. There were trees down across Bethany and other side streets, and they're gone. It's all picked up, so, yeah. So I just thank the city, and Andy was here before, but yeah, does a great job.
Absolutely. Alderwoman Zazada.
I was just going to echo how great Cornfest was. We had amazing weather. I guess that wasn't something we could control, but it worked out really well for us. And yes, the city did an amazing job. And just want to thank all of the people, all the volunteers, all the people who put on the entire event. It was phenomenal.
Alderman Smith.
No report.
Alderman Powell.
No report.
Alderman Walker.
No report.
For me, really quick, had a meeting with the city manager and NIU and their leadership. It was great. We sat down, good things on their side, good things on our side. Not a lot to cover for the first time in quite some time. So that was just, it was absolutely refreshing. Also, I had the opportunity to speak in front of a bunch of seniors for the DeKalb Township's Senior Summit. They had multiple panels. It was an all-day affair, really trying to educate seniors on whether it's stuff happening in the community that they're getting taken advantage of or different programs that are out there to make them successful. So I got to commend Mary Hess and the DeKalb Township for putting on a wonderful event. Volunteered at Cornfest, had a lot of fun doing that and then hanging out afterward. A lot of fun, too much fun. But it was so well attended. It was almost uneventful, Chief, when it really comes down to it. It was just a great local festival. So I was really proud of the Cornfest team that put on another great event this year. Also, just so you know, City Manager Nicholas and I met with our State's Attorney Riley Onken, just continuing to advocate for changes we'd like to see to support our officers in the line of duty and further establishing that relationship further with Riley and having a clear understanding of the Safety Act and how it actually impacts us being able to make our citizens safe. Also had a homeless discussion with the DeKalb County Mental Health Board, Family Service Agency, and Hope Haven. We have got multiple situations that people are bringing to my attention, so you'll hear more about this coming forward. I've got a couple more meetings, one with Dan Kenny that I want to have, Dan's no longer here, on how we're going to address this, because what's really important is everyone has a big heart, and everyone wants to take care of people in need. But what I'm hearing from a lot of the professionals, that this is what they do, there's a right way. There's a wrong way, and there's a right way. And I want to start figuring out what the right way looks like and have us go down that path to make sure if people are homeless in our community that they get the help that they ultimately need. And then, yes, Andy, your street department was amazing. I think Greenwood North got hit the hardest almost. Randy's not here anymore.
He left.
Dang it. But they did an amazing job cleaning up all the trees and all the debris from a lot of people's yards that they put out on the curb. So that was just absolutely fantastic. All right, City Manager, you got anything?
Just to echo, thank you, Council, for applauding those three departments. They certainly deserve it, and just want to echo what you said. Police, Fire, and Public Works had a very busy week, and
Yeah.
all did very admirably.
Absolutely. All right, agenda item N, executive session, we have none, which brings us to O, adjournment. I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alderwoman Zazada, seconded by Alderman Smith. We are adjourned at 6:34.
Aye.
Aye. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Nay, same sign. We are still adjourned at 6:34.
Good thing I didn't have to say anything.